What is up, everybody? Welcome to Apex to Oval. I'm Alex. That's Jack. This week we're going to be talking about some F1, some NASCAR, some IMSA, some WEC, some MotoGP. We're going to do our IndyCar driver spotlight because there was IndyCar this past week. Before we start, give us a 5-star review, subscribe, like, share if you enjoy the show. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get started. Also, I hope you like the new setup. I got the green screen in the back. I'm home now from college. The green screen is up, and it will be staying up for as long as I'm home. So let's do this thing. First up, we have some F1 stories. The ICE is increasing 50 kilowatts, and the electric little thingy they have is decreasing 50 kilowatts for the 2027 season. So they're mixing up the engine to hopefully stop some of the dangerous, extreme slow cars.
Yeah, and to try to make the cars drive better, race better, whatever else.
Yeah.
Try to address some of the driver complaints from so far this season.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't know. I don't know what this is gonna do really, but we'll see next year.
It's crazy to me that, we made it through 2 races before the FIA was basically like, all right, we need to change everything. And then they just keep making changes. Like, either they didn't think it through very much, or times have just changed so much in the world in relation to EVs in the last few years that they have just done a complete 180 in like every way.
Yeah. I guess they're trying to keep drivers from leaving, but I don't think drivers are gonna leave. Like, Max might, but
Well, I do think that the actual manufacturers care a little less about electrification now than they did in some ways.
Fair.
I mean, probably led by a combination of the U.S. moving away from EVs in this moment in time, and Chinese companies really outcompeting others in EVs elsewhere in the world. Obviously, they're not really sold in the U.S. But you've got companies like Honda just completely abandoned their EV plans. You've got Porsche hasn't redesigned the Macan in 12 years or something, because they basically are stalling because they were supposed to replace it with an electric version and they just haven't done that. All over there are all these plans for basically full fleet electrification that have been either canceled entirely or at least shelved for the time being.
Yeah.
And so in this environment, it makes sense that the manufacturer push for electrification is less strong, but
a couple weeks ago, were we talking about BYD? Is that the company we were talking about?
Yeah. I mean, BYD is the largest Chinese EV maker.
I don't see them entering the sport anytime soon if they're gonna care less about the electrification of the...
Yeah, and last week we talked about how in 4 years' time they might move away from hybrids entirely. That's what F1 was saying.
Yeah, with the V8s. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how they move forward. But basically the new regs are out the window already, so sick. Also, the FIA is implementing newer and bigger ADUOs threshold for engines, so it's more than 8% below benchmark, targeted directly at Honda.
Yeah, so usually the way it works is if you're 2% below, you qualify for one engine upgrade. 4% below, you qualify for 2. The FIA added 8% below, seemingly specifically for Honda, to try to let them catch up. Which feels nuts.
That's crazy. Dude, how are they that slow? How? I don't get it. How are you that slow?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this ad nauseum at the start of the year, where how in the world did either side of this let this happen. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
That's
just,
gross. 8%.
at
Eight
least
percent at least.
uh,
That's rough.
unbelievable,
That is rough.
unbelievable.
Oh my god. That's hilarious though. That is kind of funny.
It is. I'm
Just the
just glad I'm not an
incompetency of
Aston
it all.
Martin fan.
No,
Like,
no. Or Fernando Alonso or Lance Stroll.
yeah.
It is rough over there. I'll take my bad upgrades and my flip flap wing
The
over
Macarena wing
the
or whatever.
Macarena. Um, some other news from F1: Turkish GP, or the Turkish GP, could come later this year to replace the missed races Jeddah and Bahrain if it can get organized in time. The FIA is also exploring rescheduling previously canceled GPs at original sites, with Saudi Arabia seen as more likely to be rescheduled.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts on if they stick Turkey in the calendar late in the year or go to Jeddah late in the year?
I have no issue with it. I like Jeddah. I've never seen a race at Turkey because that is before my time. But um, Lewis Hamilton became, I believe, a seven-time champion at Turkey, so I wouldn't mind seeing him there again.
Yeah. I mean, I will always welcome more racing in general. Like F1 having so many off weeks to start the year has been pretty brutal. We talked about at the time how it wouldn't make sense to like directly replace like Jeddah with like Imola or something
Yeah.
um, for the same weekend. But if they can get the logistics to work, and it seems like it's really pending, like the promoters being able to make it work,
Hmm.
sticking an extra race weekend towards the end of the year, it feels like a win for the fans. And maybe the teams might disagree.
Yeah, I think it's a win for the fans. I think, good racing is what we've missed. I mean, the Miami GP could have got canceled too if it wasn't moved up earlier.
Yeah, although I don't think the thunderstorm that people were
No,
worried about actually really hit.
I don't think it did either, but it could have. It was a possibility all
Yeah,
weekend that like, hey,
it
this
was
is gonna
strong
get
enough that they
canceled.
chose to move it, right?
Yeah, and if it did hit, it could have canceled. The Miami GP wouldn't have racing for 2 months. So I mean, I'll take more racing. Obviously, I enjoy watching it, but I'll
Absolutely.
take more racing. Um, the final piece of F1 news we have is Formula One re-upped with Sky Sports in Italy until 2032, in the UK and Ireland until 2034. Now, I've seen a lot of complaints about from UK and Irish creators about the Sky Sports deal being renewed, because apparently you cannot access F1 TV allegedly in those. I might be wrong, but I saw one creator being like, "Dude, we can't even access F1 TV in the UK." I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, that's what they said. I'm not gonna argue them because I don't live there, but um, they do have a monopoly on it. I wouldn't say monopoly, but it's the exclusive rights, which is like,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just the normal
it's the
situation.
normal situation. But um, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of exclusive rights deals, um, for anything. But like I've heard, like if you buy Sky for F1, you can't, you don't get like the TV shows and the movies that would come along with Sky. You have to, everything is like a package, and then you have to buy all the packages if you want certain things. So like if you buy just F1, or like the subscription to watch F1, you don't get like TV, you don't get like um, shows, you don't get movies, you just get F1. And I think that's a bit not good. Like at least if you're in the US and you buy like Apple TV, you can get access to F1 TV. And you can get all the movies and shows from Apple when you buy Apple, because you're buying the whole subscription service that does F1. But apparently in the UK and Ireland, you can't. Like everything is like packaged separately, which I think sucks. I don't know what your thoughts on that are.
I mean, I don't know if they have like granular offerings. As far as I know, like Sky Sports, you buy it, and that includes all of Sky Sports sports content for like
Yes, I
20
think I
something
think
pounds a month.
yeah,
I
but
don't know
it's
if they have
like
like an F1. Oh, I guess F1 specifically is a 15 pound a month thing,
yeah, and
maybe.
then you can. I think the sports, but like the sports one apparently isn't that good.
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends if you are a fan of the sports that they show, right? Which is what
Are you
soccer, cricket.
are you a fan of tennis? Like
I don't know. You get
no
Premier League
disrespect.
soccer,
No, listen, no
you get
disrespect to people
cricket,
who are
you get
fans of
golf.
tennis, but yeah, I'd watch the Prem. I do watch the Prem.
Yeah. Um, but no, I think that it's, if anything, it's kind of interesting that in the US we get F1 TV as an option.
Yeah,
Um, like I'm certainly not one to complain about it, especially because we get it by just signing in with Apple TV. Like they're connected. But
hmm
I feel like that probably isn't the norm. Although I guess I'm not speaking from experience there. It's because the
no, I
nature of
don't.
companies are only going to pay for these broadcast deals because they're exclusive, right? That's where
Yeah,
the money comes from.
I don't think that's the norm for most of them. I think the U.S. is lucky in what they get. If what I've like looked up in the past is correct, I think it's like I know the UK and Ireland doesn't get like F1 TV, which I think is stupid. I think
And oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I think you should get F1 TV through at least like the shows and stuff through whatever like service you buy through.
Yeah, for the UK and Ireland, they can get F1 TV access or whatever, where you can watch replays and all the shows and stuff for whatever price it is, like £20 a year. Um, but it's not free. But also £20 a year, like $2 a month, is not crazy to ask for.
No, it's not.
But this is notable because A, there were still like 3 years left on the Sky deal, like the existing Sky deal, so they're re-upping early. And B, with Apple TV taking over in the US, there was a lot of speculation that Apple was going to try to become like the global streaming partner, like try to expand their footprint.
hmm
And clearly that's not happening, at least for another decade, with these like re-upping the deals with Sky. Um, which I don't know if I think that that's a good or a bad thing. I mean, Apple has clearly been as friendly as you could expect from a broadcast provider so far with F1. But you know, if they controlled all of it, then that friendliness goes away, right? Like I'm sure it's the competition that brings that that kind of beneficial behavior out.
Yeah, yeah, but it is what it is. I don't live in the UK, Ireland, or Italy, so I don't really know how bad it really is. But the broadcasts aren't bad, most likely. But it's just like you know.
I think the Sky
Uh,
broadcast, the Sky booth are really well done.
I think I would like to get more former drivers in on the commentary. Like,
See, I disagree entirely.
I mean, I think like Nico Rosberg in the broadcast would be dope.
They've
Just
had
because
some.
he has the knowledge. But
I don't know.
because
I
it's
think the
like
former drivers broadcasting is not all it's cracked up to be. It's the same way in a lot of sports where just because they were good at the sport doesn't make them a good broadcaster. But
well, I
F1
think
especially, just the pace of the F1 booth on Sky especially is just it's really good as is to me.
I think I would enjoy like Nico or like Jensen just because they bring a lot of knowledge to the broadcast. Like they could like if something happens, that like they could like walk us through it. You know?
I feel like it already. You know what? I mean, we don't have access to the Sky broadcast here anymore, anyway. But I think that the Sky booth did a really good job of that in the first place.
I think they did a good job of it. I just want to see more Nico Rosberg. I think that's just my thing. I just want to see more Nico.
Fair enough.
Um, on to NASCAR. Ricky Stenhouse got extended. Good, bad, meh.
I'm a little surprised because he hasn't been doing that well. Um, but also, I guess he's still a proven commodity in NASCAR, and this Hyak team isn't really good either. Like, I know there was something that was kind of working for them last year where bad driver, slow car, but somehow that combination was working better than it should have. Um, but I'm really surprised that a team like this wouldn't be going for either more of kind of a pay driver or something else when this combination clearly isn't going anywhere in particular. Like they've been, if anything, moving backwards since since they took over this team. But
I mean, he has a top 10, which
he is a
no, he
top
has a top
five
five. He has a top
and
five
then another top
for
10, both on
top
super
10.
speedways.
But that's more than like a good chunk of people ahead of him. He's
Yeah, but it's
27th in
it's
points.
Daytona and Talladega though. Like he's still 27th in the points, even with finishing well at the super speedways.
That's true. That is true. He is down 3 from last week, and um, I don't know. I just he's won races.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Super speedway races really,
It's
but
not,
yeah.
yeah, I mean it's not. I guess cool. I got no thoughts on it. It's whatever. It's a bad team and an okay driver. What are you gonna do? Like you can't really bring like a prospect in there because the team just isn't good enough to compete. So the prospect is just gonna look garbage. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. This team just feels like the kind of place where you'd put like a Riley Herbst. Like someone
Yeah.
like that has the funding and the baseline talent, but isn't exactly going to be looked at by other stuff. But you know what? Ricky probably brings in sponsors just the same, and he's going to keep the car clean and be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. One DNF all year. It's not awful. It's just meh. And then Ryan Preece was penalized for
Oh,
taking out what?
no, I just
Uh,
go
uh,
ahead.
Ryan Preece was penalized for taking out Ty Gibbs at was it Texas? No,
Yeah, Texas.
it was Texas. Okay, yeah. So 2 weekends ago, Preece took out Ty Gibbs in the last lap. He got penalized like what, 25 points and a couple $100,000, something like that. It was a decent amount of money.
It was 25 points, $50,000, I believe.
Yeah. So like that puts him down in 13th.
Yeah, which isn't killer, but still,
It's not
every
killer,
point
but
matters with the chase.
He would have been. He would have been 9th. So that's, yeah. I don't
Oh,
know if they,
after this race.
Yeah, like if he didn't, unless they didn't take out the points already, but I
I
assume
think
they
he's
did.
appealing it, but
Okay, well, if they haven't taken out the points, he would sit. If they've already taken out the points, he would sit 9th. If they haven't taken out the points yet, and that's just his points total, he would be 18th, 17th. He'd be below Briscoe, Gisbergen, Cindric, and Suarez, which would put him out of the playoffs as of now, but he'll probably work his way back up.
because before this weekend's race, he dropped to 13th with the penalty. So I believe it's already still taken out pending the appeal.
Wait a minute. I don't think this... Hold up.
Waiting.
Oh, no. This is... No, okay, never mind. Well, because if you go to schedule on the NASCAR website, I went to schedule earlier to check something, and they haven't, like, updated the next race, I don't think. So I think it still says Watkins Glen.
Oh, maybe.
Which got me confused. But no, they did update SVG's win.
Yeah.
So That is the standings after Watkins gone. He is 13th.
Yeah.
But the other thing to this story is Kyle Busch, was not penalized for intentionally wrecking, was it JHN?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, the reason why apparently Preece got penalized and Busch didn't is because he said on the radio he was going to do it.
Yeah. Which I guess I guess I get it, but also it was not necessarily related time wise. And Preece was like didn't he say in that radio message end of rant or whatever? Like in typical Ryan Preece fashion, he was
Yeah.
kind of being facetious. Like it just I don't know.
I
This
don't know if
on the
those
whole
two
still
are
feels
related.
so much less intentional than Kyle Busch's did, but obviously they looked at the SMT data for Busch and decided that like the inputs and stuff showed that it wasn't intentional, like that he was, turning left, moving right, whatever else, something did break, something like that, that they were confident that Busch deserves the benefit of the doubt and that Preece, because he said something on the radio, gets slapped with a penalty.
Which, not gonna lie, if it wasn't Kyle Busch and it was like somebody else that's not like a big name, would they have done the same? Ryan Preece isn't a big name.
I don't think that Kyle Busch's name gets him anything at this point. I think that it is literally just NASCAR takes a lax position until they have reason to believe it's intentional. And for whatever reason, Kyle Busch, like they gave the benefit of the doubt, but if there's any kind of incriminating message, they dropped the hammer. They did the same to Denny. They did the same. Probably the first time they did this was to Bubba Wallace way back in the day. Where like if you dare say anything that at all implies that it was intentional, regardless of what it ends up looking like, you're done.
I think that's stupid. I think it has to be intentional for you to penalize someone.
I don't disagree.
Like it. Listen, if I were on the radio and somebody pissed me off, I would say I'm going to wreck them. But then I wouldn't intentionally try to wreck them. But if they wreck themselves and I'm involved, that's not my fault. I'm just angry and I'm going to say shit. Whatever. Recap for Watkins Glen though. Let's start with the trucks. Caden Honeycutt, what a man, what a driver. Outdrove Connor Zilic. But then again, Zilic isn't like the best in trucks, like he is in O'Reilly. But I think Zilic did finish second. SVG finished third. Breidinger and Spurlock. Actually, here's one thing I want to talk about. Breidinger and Spurlock failed to qualify. Spurlock wasn't fast, seconds off the pace. Decker did qualify on owner's points. Breidinger was faster than everybody that qualified on owner's points. Why the hell are we using owner's points when everybody got to qualify?
That's
Breidinger was faster
how
than
it works.
everyone.
There's 5 provisionals.
Breidinger was faster than all of them. She should have been racing this weekend.
Then put her in a truck.
Shouldn't matter.
They're literally like the lower series. The Cup Series is the only one where there's like an absurd number of provisionals and stuff. Breidinger was still 32nd fastest. Like at some point when there are 31 spots on speed and 5 provisional spots, I feel like you can't be mad about someone who's 32nd in speed not making it in because you had 30 slots ahead that would have qualified on speed.
I think you should only be qualifying on speed because if you were not fast enough and you just get it on the freaking provisional, that's not fair if someone was faster. It's just not.
I'm fine with the provisionals existing.
I'm not. I don't give a damn. I think provisionals should be given to teams that like Ram. Like Ram.
This is crazy to me because I swear it was last week you were arguing that any full-time driver should be in the race no matter what and shouldn't have to qualify. But now you're against the concept of provisionals entirely. Like, where's the middle ground?
Yeah, because Breidinger, I'm pretty sure, is full-time.
No.
Still. Is she not full-time still?
No.
Swear she got multiple rides.
No, she's driven a couple races, but she's full-time in O'Reilly, isn't she?
Breidinger?
No, not full-time, but she, think she's full-time in anything this season, but she definitely has raced a few O'Reilly races. So yeah, trucks, she has 1 race in the trucks this year and 2 DNQs.
Where has she been racing? I thought she was full-time. I swear we covered a story prior to the season starting that she got a full-time ride. Is that not?
Nope. We must have been talking about someone else, because I don't know why I thought I remembered that too. But
no,
she hasn't entered an O'Reilly race either, so.
Hold up. I'm gonna look at this up. I swear to God it was Tony Breidinger that we covered. They got a full-time ride. There's no way.
Nope.
Maybe not. Huh. Maybe it was someone else. But I swear it was Tony Breidinger. That... I guess it was a part-time schedule that she was running, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, I think it should, I think you should only get provisionals if your car's, if you're new to the sport and your car isn't fast enough, like a Ram. Ram, fine. But, she was faster than the 5 people who qualified.
Then how do you square that with last week you were arguing that people who are running full-time shouldn't have to qualify?
Natalie Decker made it in. She's not full-time. She made it on owner's points. She's not full-time.
I'm so lost, though.
Yeah, but...
what are you...
Okay.
What are you arguing?
Right, well, hold up. I'm arguing that if you are not full-time... Full-time drivers. Doesn't matter the ride. Right? Raja had to qualify. LeVar Scott had to qualify, even though they're full-time in O'Reilly. Right? That... Yes. If you are full-time, if you're racing every single race for a multitude of teams, you should still make it in every race. But Natalie Decker isn't full-time in trucks. She's raced, a single race in trucks this year? And she got owner's points in because the car that she's using drives more than 1 race. That's stupid. She didn't make it in on speed. She's not full-time. She shouldn't be making it in.
I mean, that's interesting. That opens up to a way larger conversation about how in all motorsports the entry is car-based and not driver-based, and that would be a fundamental change to that, where it would incentivize people not to let anyone part-time drive these cars if it was done that way, where you'd only have full-time drivers, basically, because they don't want to take the risk of not getting the purse payout. There's no benefit to them of letting someone else race for a race, because if you're full-time and you're guaranteed in, and if you're not, you have to qualify on speed regardless, owner's points not being a thing. That would mean no cup drivers coming down. That would mean no one-off races like we were talking about here. That would mean probably a lot less cars in the field to begin with.
I'm not saying that people can't come down from Cup. I'm just saying,
But what you're proposing is saying that, though.
Be able to get on... No, it's not. I'm saying full-time drivers get guaranteed. Any spots left that aren't full-time, that full-time drivers aren't covering, if they end up... People can come down, part-time drivers can come up, doesn't matter. But, it should be on speed. Unless you're a team like Ram, who's brand freaking new in the sport.
But making it driver-based and not owner-based, what I'm saying is that's incentivizing you. That's incentivizing every team to take a Chris Wright and make them full-time and not have, especially any of these prospects, come up and try to race part-time, because these teams are dependent on the purse. They're the reason it's owner points-based is because it's the team that's got the cost of running the truck, right? So there's no benefit to them entering the truck if they're not going to be able to race it.
Yeah, but listen, there's no reason somebody who's faster than the 5 people who make it in shouldn't make it in. There's no reason. If you are faster,
that's great. Be faster than 30-somethingth. There are so many spots on speed.
That is fast enough to do that. But you're fast enough than the other 5. That's not their fault. It's not their fault they're in a slower car that they can't compete with the rest of the fucking big teams.
You cannot make me upset that someone who was in the 30s on speed doesn't make it in the race. Because 5 provisionals is, if anything, a low amount, if not totally reasonable.
I think it should be based on speed because listen, you're saying there's no reason that someone 30th in speed. They're faster than the people who made it in on the goddamn provisionals. It doesn't matter where they are in the fucking order. If their car isn't fast enough to be faster than the full-time guys, there's no reason, but they're faster than the part-time guys, there's no reason they shouldn't make it into the race. It doesn't matter about owner's points at that point. Like, if you are fast enough to make it in over anyone, you should make it in. You're telling me that if F1 did that, like I say F1 had part-time drivers, you're telling me that a fucking Nikita Mazepin on a part-time schedule should make it in over a goddamn Oscar Piastri or
F1 doesn't have qualifying.
Over a Cadillac, yeah, but I'm comparing F1 to this because there's a lot more disparity between the good and the bad.
There's just no comparison to make there.
There is.
That's as apples and oranges as it gets in racing.
No, it's not. Because if you go back 20, 30 years, there were multiple teams that had to qualify their way in. It was like NASCAR. Teams had to qualify their way in. Drivers had to qualify their way in. You're not guaranteed a spot. You shouldn't be guaranteed spots if you're not full-time. It's not fair to the people who are faster than you. You're telling me that if you are faster than, say there's 5 provisionals, you're not in a fast enough car to beat the full-time guys, but you are fast enough to beat the people who are vying for, the remaining part-time spots, and you don't make it in. You're telling me you're fine with that? I wouldn't be.
I personally am fine with the 45 truck that shows up every week with Ross Chastain driving it, getting in this race over Tony Breidinger. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Stephen Malazzi in a truck that shows up every week, getting in over Tony Breidinger.
Are you fine with Natalie Decker making it over Tony Breidinger?
Yeah.
She wasn't faster.
Absolutely fine with that.
Why?
Every person I named was slower. Ross Chastain qualified slower than Tony Breidinger.
Yeah, so
Breidinger was 33rd in qualifying.
Why are you okay with that? Why?
Because that's what the provisional is there for. That these are trucks that show up every week, take the cost to show up every week. Like, there's a reason that the Cup Series has charters. There's a reason that F1 is guaranteed entry for the longest time. Doing the bare minimum for that in the Truck Series is fine by me.
I don't like it. I genuinely don't like it because I don't think a driver should be put out. It doesn't matter how... If you're in a fast car, you're going to make it in, but if you're not in a fast car and you're part-time, you don't get honors points. That's stupid.
This is a conversation about someone who qualified 33rd, who was almost 4 seconds off the pace.
She qualified faster than the other 5 provisionals. What are we talking about? It doesn't matter how slow she is. She's faster than the other people who made it in on owners points. That's not fair. It doesn't matter how far you are off the pace. You should.
All right.
Okay. Anyway.
Whatever.
Anyway, O'Reilly series. Zilich won. He beat Love in the final turn. It was a good race overall. SVG didn't have the speed. Well, he did have the speed, but it wasn't he wasn't.
He had contact.
Really. Yeah, he had contact.
He got hit by Zilich on pit road, and that tanked his race.
Zilich kamikazed him on pit road, and so took out his. Well, they weren't teammates this race, were they? I don't think they were.
Yeah, they were. The 1 and the 9 are both JRM cars.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is the 9 a JRM car?
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that. Okay. Well, either way, Zilich took out his teammate, won the race. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna make it. And yeah, I don't know. Good race, bad race. Did you watch it? You weren't able to watch it. You don't have.
I can't watch the CW.
Did you watch the? Yeah. Did you watch the highlights? No. Yes?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What do you think of the highlights?
Well, I think that if there's any way that you'd want to draw up an ending to a race, Zilich passing roommate Jesse Love in the final turn is up there as how you do it.
Payback for last year?
Could be.
And then to the Cup, SVG, man. What, dude? Is he the greatest road course driver in NASCAR history? Like, can we already crown him as that? Like, I get Jeff Gordon, love him. I don't. Would you crown SVG as the greatest?
Greatest needs some time. Best, absolutely.
Okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, I think I would crown him as the greatest and the best already. I don't. It doesn't. I don't care. Like, he's unbeatable on a road course. He turned around the second stage. Granted, there was a caution and, a safety car, but he still turned around the goddamn stage. He's the only freaking person that can do that. He's done it before. I think at Watkins Glen he's done it, but last year.
Yeah, I mean, here you come out, 20 laps left, 30 seconds behind the pack. You win after building up a 15-second gap on the person you were chasing. Like 45 seconds in 20 laps.
Yeah, I'm gonna
at the end.
Because I made a video about this. Hold up. Okay. SVG made his final pit stop at 5:17 p.m. I don't know what lap this is. Bob Hawkers, I love you, but you need to include the lap. I don't know what lap that is. But 5:17 p.m. Final pit stop. Gibbs is the leader. 5:29. 12 minutes later, SVG's down 15 seconds with 14 laps to go, and he's gaining a second a lap. 5 minutes later, 10 laps to go. SVG is 5 seconds behind. The man cleared 10 seconds in 5 minutes. Now it's 5:34. 5:37. 3 minutes later, SVG takes second. SVG passes Ty Gibbs for the lead. 7 to go.
Yep.
In 7 freaking laps, he just made up 15 seconds of time. That's more than 2 seconds a lap.
Well, and then by the end, he built up another 15 seconds on Gibbs.
Yeah.
The only person close to him was McDowell, who was 7 seconds behind on the same strategy.
Oh my god. He is so good! Listen, I hope he races till he's 70 in NASCAR.
But yeah, the reason I say best and not greatest is he's tied for third all time in wins at road courses. Obviously, that's with more road races to go off of. Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon are, I guess, 2 and 1 respectively in all-time wins, but those were with only Watkins Glen and Sonoma on the schedule. They both have several wins at each of those tracks, where since he has so many more to pull from, you at least have to be number 1 on the wins leaderboard to have an argument for greatest. And even then, you might need some more, given that 5 versus 2 is a lot more opportunities to do it.
So,
well, no, because win percentage would fall under best for me, not greatest. Greatest is a career achievement award, right? It's the same thing in football. Tom Brady is the greatest ever, but
fair.
You can argue that there were other guys that were more talented or better at their absolute peak or whatever else.
I have a better comparison for that if you want to hear it.
Sure.
Jerry Rice is the greatest, but there are Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson are better.
Yeah.
Talented. I think that's
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Because Jerry undisputed GOAT receiver, Randy Moss.
I think he is far more disputed than Brady at quarterback is. Far more disputed.
Huh?
But
People who dispute that are delusional. I'm just letting you know. Think of what
you are a Niners fan.
The dude is the leader in every single statistical category a receiver can have.
Okay.
How is that not the greatest? That's the undisputed greatest. He also did this in a less pass-happy environment.
I think that you're really underselling Tom Brady's argument as the greatest. Really underselling. And I think that's coming from being a Niners fan.
Listen. I think that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback. I think if you're talking about pure domination, Tom Brady's also the greatest. But single position comparative to the rest of the people in your position, I feel like Jerry Rice has an argument for being. Anyway, doesn't matter. My thoughts don't matter on that. Go Niners, I guess. Well, let's actually go over our predictions from last week. We did the same thing, and same thing, same kind of thing. Also, Jack, Catherine Legg did not win, so
Tragic.
But I had SVG all three. He won on the Cup. I'll take it.
I had Zilich. He won in Xfinity. Almost won in trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the Cup Series, he didn't make it.
No, not.
Strategy went a little sideways. I think went from trying to do something different than SVG to not really doing anything at all. Like Zilich set the fastest lap of the race, seemingly by a decently wide margin. Did anyone even come close to a 72.5? I don't think so. I think the next fastest lap was a 72.99 by SVG, and Zilich ripped a 72.54. Like that is 45 hundredths of a second, like half a second up on SVG. Listen, on a one-lap pace.
SVG, watch out. If you were on the same strategy as Zilich, you would have been a goner.
Well, I don't know about that. SVG was beating Zilich for basically the whole race.
Yeah.
But,
well, he also started on pole. He had clean
okay,
air.
So he beat him in qualifying too?
Yeah, but he had clean air. As we know, okay. In racing.
In NASCAR, on a road course, a little less so.
Right. Well, hold up. Clean air matters. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to make an excuse for Zilich because he is Zilich. But he did, he showed pace. Obviously. Yeah. I mean, I think this is the first race that he was confidently, showing a lot of pace.
And running up front for a lot of it.
Yep.
Because he was up there with Gibbs, but then he couldn't exactly get it done.
He finished 20th overall. But I mean, I think if he was on the same strategy as SVG, I think things would have went a lot better. I don't know why they did. Well, okay, granted, it's not really one team, is it? It's like they're separate.
Well, they're in the same organization.
Yeah, but they're all it's same organization, separate though. Like in F1, it's mostly together, and in NASCAR, because it's different crew chiefs, different spotters, different.
But yeah, the setups change a little more between the different drivers in the team.
Yeah. So I don't know why they did the different strategies, but I would have loved to see Zilich on the same strategy as SVG.
Well, they did it because you had to do something to try to beat SVG, right? McDowell had as good a race as anyone could hope to have on the same strategy, finished 7 seconds behind.
Fair.
Zilich, meanwhile, would have finished in the top 5. He was fighting with Ty Gibbs for the lead on the alternate strategy, except he kept locking up his right front and then cut it flat and had to pit.
Yeah.
Which is why he finished 20th. But Zilich was competitive in his strategy and would have had a top 5 finish overall. It's like they were saying on the broadcast. You had to try something to beat SVG, and it didn't work.
Listen, I think. I think Zilich can beat SVG. I think you just need to give him trust. I think you need to trust him. And
I think they do trust him.
I think they trust him, but that strategy isn't really doing much.
He had the whole race to try to beat SVG. He didn't lead a single lap in the race.
I understand that. I understand that. What I'm saying is, I think
And the broadcast the whole time was low on SVG's strategy relative to the others. They didn't think that he was going to be able to catch them, and then he did by a mile.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I think I just would have wanted this. Maybe next road course have him on the same strategy.
I think most often they are. And Zilich has beat SVG head to head in the O'Reilly series.
That's what I'm saying.
They had some elite racing.
I want to see. I think Next time, same strategy. Let him.
But in these Cup cars, SVG is just still in a slightly different class
Yeah.
than Zilich, even though Zilich
No,
is
yeah.
again very good.
Yeah. I think when SVG retires, Zilich will take over.
I don't even know if it'll take that long.
Then again, Gibbs is unreal on a road course.
Yeah. Oh
Can
yeah.
we talk about Gibbs real
The
quick?
Cup guys are talented. McDowell,
Listen,
Gibbs, even Reddick.
McDowell, Gibbs. Yeah, like Gibbs is. Like, this is not a one-time thing. He's now 6th in the points.
Yeah. Well, he did
6th.
that. He did that as a prospect coming up in Xfinity
Listen,
with road courses and stuff, and just everywhere. But
6 top 5s in 12 races. In the first 12 races, he has more top 5s in the first 12 races of the season than everybody above him, except for Tyler Reddick, first in the standings.
yeah, just than anybody. Period, except Reddick.
Dude, unfreaking real, dude. He's unreal this year. I'm so happy he is coming to his own this year because I'm sick of the shit talking about him. I'm sick of it.
Look, the noise was getting loud, and he shut it up the best way possible.
He's performing. Granted, everyone above him, except for like Chris Buescher, but he's in a RFK car, is led so many more laps. But like,
okay, you still got to win.
He's still so good. He's still gonna win. Second most top 5s, second most top 10s. Like, dude, he's unreal this year. I'm so happy.
And also,
I'm so happy with my pick last year when I said that he would be the most improved, but he wasn't. He regressed a little bit. But like, dude, yes.
Keep in mind, he led 17 laps here, which is equal to like what 95 laps at like Martinsville or something like that. Like number of laps led. Also, if one of the places you're excelling is like a road course, or maybe you're up front of the super speedway, some of these like lower lap count races, like yeah, that number is going to look worse for you than Denny's 624, right?
Yeah.
Because
That,
Denny.
nuts.
Well, yeah, but also you know where he kind of piled that up, right? Like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
He yeah.
Started
Dude,
first, finished second at Martinsville, right? He won like Las Vegas, like a lot of these higher lap count races.
That's just an insane amount of freaking laps. God damn, bro. 600 laps already? Are we like, bro, chill. God damn, Denny.
Yeah, also remember, Zilich, just going back to Zilich really quick. Still in the middle of his rookie season.
Yes.
Still learning these cars.
Yep.
In a way where, like, yes, SVG was dominant the second he stepped into a Cup car on the road courses specifically. Mm-hmm. Zilich wasn't as crazy dominant as he was until, like, this part of the year last year. Like, he was good, but he really, like, went on a tear once he really got settled in to, like, the Xfinity car. He's still got time to, like, get really settled in and show SVG, like, what he's really got. You know what I mean?
Also, real quick, Alex Bowman tracker 12 points today or yesterday.
That's not what you want.
No, it is not. But
next week,
no points race.
He passed Cole Custer and Cody Ware in the standings. He's almost caught up to Connor Zilich. And
4 less races.
Yeah. And he's still in 34th with SVG holding the cut line at 16th. And Briscoe, Logano, Chastain all below the cut line, mind you. They're 17, 18, 19. Where, like, this is a very competitive cut line. And Bowman is, it's not like he can win a race and that'll shoot him in. He's really gotta start stacking it up.
When's his contract run out? This year?
Alex Bowman? I don't know, actually.
Is he signed?
Because NASCAR contracts are... okay, yeah, this is considered his final contracted year in his current agreement. Because NASCAR contracts are kind of in the dark.
Yeah.
Because...
ever since, like... Yeah.
He had a... Yeah. because I guess he signed like a 3-year deal like 3 years ago. But in a way, especially when you're somewhere like Hendrick, every year is basically a contract year anyway.
Yeah. Who, if they don't re-sign him, who we're gonna see in the 48 next year?
I mean, Hocevar already signed an extension. Stenhouse is signed, but they wouldn't have gone for Stenhouse anyway. I think if you see anyone, they might give Allgaier a shot for a year or something like that, because Love seems to be signed to RCR. I don't know if that's a true RCR development thing or just the seat he's got. And they don't have anyone else primed to like take that seat. Like they have some guys that are good, like, but Corey Day is still a couple years away.
Yep.
Like if you got Corey Day up, you'd really want to take someone over from like you'd want to take a Spire driver and have Day there or something like that. Mm-hmm. Before you'd put him in the Hendricks seat itself. Even like a colleague seat, although they're kind of more RCR aligned.
Can I? This isn't
what
gonna
you
happen,
got?
but I want to throw a name in the hat.
Go for it.
And it's kind of a reconnection from the beginning of his career.
No.
Busch.
He's being outrun by Austin Dillon right now in equal equipment.
I understand. But RCR and Hendricks make a deal. You take Busch. We'll bring up Jesse Love. If they don't sign Busch, they can bring up Jesse Love. That's all I'm saying. And if Busch signs with Hendricks, RCR brings up Jesse Love.
Kyle Busch might be out from RCR soon regardless, because that doesn't seem like a tenable situation for either side. No. But I think there are about 30 other drivers they would look at before they looked at Kyle Busch at this stage.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I get it. I get it. That just it just seems crazy because like a couple years ago, Busch was winning championships. Oh well, actually, it wasn't really a couple years ago, was it? It was like
what 2019
years ago. Yeah, it was like 7 years ago. But like still, I mean, you know, it's Kyle Busch. You know.
Yeah.
It's just name value. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe you know what I'd like to see. This isn't gonna happen. I know this is not gonna happen. I would love to see Anthony Alfredo.
Yeah, it seemed like he got his shot because he is their sim driver. Like we found that out, but then they went straight to Allgaier anyway.
Which I think is stupid because that crash was not Alfredo's fault. That was not his fault at all. And he got fudged from it.
I think you can argue that it was less so punishing Alfredo and more so Allgaier has been at JRM forever. He's been in kind of the broader Hendrick family forever. He's done his time. He's a championship caliber driver there. He's always at the top of the standings. I mean, right now he's got nearly a 200-point lead in the O'Reilly standings. If anyone has earned themselves the right, yes, Alfredo's the sim driver. Yes, Alfredo's available on shorter notice, maybe. Allgaier's earned it as much as anyone to get kind of another shot there, a more consistent shot there. And
that's fair.
I see it more from that side than them punishing Alfredo for not doing well in the one stand-in performance.
Listen, he had two... What the hell is this? Yeah, he had 2 years, 2014, 2015, in the Cup full-time for H. Scott Motorsports.
Yeah, which over a decade ago, that's why I said another chance. Like
that's not
he's
really
done his
shot,
time.
Is it?
Not really.
In one of those races, he failed to D&Q. Or he failed to qualify. How? Well, they probably weren't... Actually, to be fair, they probably weren't chartered. Okay, let me say that back. They definitely weren't chartered. But, you know what? I think that's fair. I think giving him another shot would be good. I just personally want to see Alfred. Like, he's 39. Allgaier is. He doesn't have much time left. I think give him a shot. If he doesn't do well, throw in Alfredo. And then by that point, if Alfredo doesn't perform, Corey Day should be ready.
I mean, I honestly think that it probably just makes more sense to go straight Allgaier today, if their plan
Fair.
is to get Day there eventually, which seems to be the plan. I mean, if you put your hopes behind anyone, he's definitely one of the guys to do that for.
Yeah. I mean, also, I think it also depends on how Corey Day develops.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
But Hendricks
he's currently
also,
fifth in the standings, but if he stagnates, I would rather him be in O'Reilly for one more year just to develop than
yeah.
But if he's killing it in O'Reilly next year, get him in there.
But Hendrick is also not one to take risks with someone they're putting in the seat. Like, they are a top team and they act like it. Even JGR, I would say the same. Obviously, Ty Gibbs is kind of an exception where, he's family.
Well, was that even a risk though? Because like his O'Reilly season was really good. That might not be seen as a risk.
Christopher Bell was at another team for a year before he went to JGR. Like, Christopher Bell was racing for, what's it called? Levine Family Racing in the 95. Before he got the 20 for JGR. Like, that's just how these top teams operate, right? Unless you're Cindric or Gibbs, where you have family connections. They're both capable drivers, but without that, these teams are too good to take a risk on someone like that, where, like, even Blaney was in the Wood Brothers 21 before he went to Penske, like, fully, right? Like, was in an Allied but considered worse car, where I think that they'd really aggressively pursue someone else before they brought in a truly unknown quantity for one of their flagship rides.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't Bowman immediately put into?
Bowman had been a journeyman guy for a while. Like,
Was
Bowman
he
had been all over.
really?
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of?
Bowman's 33. Like,
is it Elliott? Who am I thinking of?
Elliott
I
went
swear
straight
somebody
into the.
got put straight into Hendrick.
Yeah, Elliott went straight to the 24.
Okay.
But also, Elliott was a highly touted prospect. Byron also went, like, straight there, but, he had really proven his worth in the lower series, like, 10 times over. Elliott, he wasn't family per se, but he's still Bill Elliott's kid, super popular, and a proven quantity in some ways. And obviously, it took him a while to catch on, but he earned that leash from his name recognition, I think, more so than his true talent. Clearly, very talented driver, but, like, I'm not sure they do the same thing if he's not the immensely popular son of Bill Elliott.
That's fair. That's fair. Dover's this week. We have the All-Star race, which is a non-points race, so no points will be awarded for it. And then we have whoa. I almost just said Xfinity. We have the O'Reilly Series and we have the Truck Series. I'll start out with my picks. I got Denny Hamlin in the Cup race for the All-Star race. I got Brent Cruz getting it done, following Jack's orders. Brent Cruz will get it done this week in the O'Reilly Series. And then I got Caden Honeycutt going back-to-back. He just seems like he's on one recently. Championship leader, on one. I got him go back-to-back for that one.
I got Chase Elliott for the All-Star race at Dover. He's been good at Dover in general, and he just is the kind of driver that seems to do well in the All-Star race. Allgaier in the O'Reilly Series, just, someone's got to pick him everywhere, right? And then Kyle Busch in the Truck Series because it's Kyle Busch in a truck. Like,
yeah.
Kind of straightforward picks on those two, but
yeah,
maybe I could stack up some wins here.
And then I got a Cup win, so I'm now 2-10 in the Cup, and Jack got an O'Reilly win, so he's now 3-10 in the Cup.
In O'Reilly.
Or O'Reilly, sorry, 3-10 in O'Reilly, which he's kicking my ass. Dude, I'm only winning one out of the 3 series. This year's horrendous. Been the season. Been it already. Now we're gonna move on to our, I guess, less spent time on stories, just because we don't really know much about them. But I mean, I watch the races. I don't know if Jack does, but I watch the races and I keep up with it. But I'm just new to these 3 series this year. But IMSA, there's gonna be a driver swap for Porsche Penske. Heinrich and Vanthoor are swapping places for 2027. Heinrich will become full-time for the Penske Porsche. I don't remember what car. Maybe I think it's number 6. And then Vanthoor will be the third driver for the Michelin Endurance Cup races. He will no longer be full-time in IMSA. He's full-time this year, won't be full-time next year. So he'll be racing Daytona, Sebring, Watkins, Glen, Road America, and Petit Le Mans. Now, why is that, you may ask? Well, let's go to our WEC stories real quick. Because Vanthoor has gotten a seat for McLaren in WEC, starting in 2027 when they enter the sport entirely for the first time in many, many years. It's, again, why the gender swap in IMSA is happening. So that's pretty sick for Vanthoor. Sad to see him leave Porsche full-time, but it is what it is. Porsche's no longer in WEC, and so he wants to race in WEC, and so he will. The other WEC news story is Ford is in talks with Max Verstappen over WEC hypercar opportunities in the coming years. Fair. Good driver.
Yeah,
Pretty good, I guess. Maybe a little above average,
it's fine.
It's okay.
It
But
it is interesting to me the range of manufacturers that Verstappen is with, because obviously Red Bull is Red Bull. They're their own brand. They're their own entity in F1, and so they'll sponsor other things, but they're not running Red Bull branded cars elsewhere. Ford being the new engine partner for Red Bull makes sense here. Max has been running Mercedes in other races, right?
he ran a Ferrari.
Yeah,
Last year.
I feel like usually, especially huge name drivers, kind of stick with one more than others, but with your home being Red Bull, I guess it makes all of this possible.
Yeah. No, it does. Would love to see him in WEC. Would love to see him run the 24 hours of Le Mans.
He seems like he's gotten a lot more open to other things. Like, he was even talking more positively about NASCAR than he had in the past. Which there were some people maybe baselessly speculating that Project 91 for Trackhouse would return with Max in the car for the San Diego race or something like that. Which I think is an off week for F1, which I think is hilarious, the idea of Max coming to NASCAR, but also he seems to be open to expanding his horizons. So
listen, I think he needs to put it to Kimi and Jensen. And so I think it's inevitable. No, realistically though, I'd love to see Max in NASCAR, even for a race or two.
Love to see Max in WEC.
I would love to see him race an oval, just so I can make fun of the F1.
I don't think that's ever happening.
It will never happen, but I just want to see him in a oval because I know he's not going to do well, and I would love to shit on the F1 fans that are oh, F1's better than everything. No, every other series sucks. F1's the pinnacle. It's there are other racing series out there, and I know none of those F1 drivers will do good on an oval. So, yeah.
It's a different sport. It's a learning experience. I mean, yeah. SVG ran circles around the field at Chicago and then sucked on ovals for a while.
Well, he still kind of sucks on ovals a little bit.
He's got so much better.
No, he has. No, listen, SVG's gotten so much better on ovals over the past year, but he's still not really close to.
Well, he's in a chase spot right now. We were worried that the change in the playoff system would hurt him, and he's still in there right now.
Well, because he would have finished 20th or lower last year if he didn't get a win.
Yeah.
So he's doing well, but he's still got a lot to learn, but he's doing well. There was also the 6 hours at Imola this weekend for WEC. BMW won 2 in the hypercar class. That was pretty sick to see. Ferrari did not win. And what did I say last week?
Ferrari would not win.
What I said? I said Ferrari wouldn't win. And Ferrari didn't win. It was a BMW 1-2. Ferrari did finish P3 though, but it was a BMW 1-2. And there was a great battle for P2 between the Ferrari and BMW. In the LMGT3 class, McLaren won it. Pretty sick. And Genesis scores their first points ever in their second ever race.
I forgot that Genesis had joined. Yeah. I forgot, they're coming to IMSA next year too.
It was a quick turnaround for WEC. They announced, I think what they said was 500 days.
Well, they announced it in September 24. So yeah, that's 500 days.
That's a super quick turnaround.
I'm sure they were working on it before because they unveiled
Probably,
their car in December 24. But
probably, but still a quick turnaround from how things are.
also,
You know,
I mean, with that, I'll just say Kia and Hyundai, I think, are like the best selling automotive company. Kia, Hyundai, Genesis, are like the best selling automotive company in the US. Um, I'm glad that they're in IMSA. I'm glad that they're in endurance. Okay,
really?
you're giving me a face. Um,
No, that's just a weird. I don't.
they're up there. They might not be the top selling, like
Okay,
specifically, but I know they're definitely up there. They're not the top selling, but they are really up there.
okay.
Um,
I was gonna say I know they're popular, but like, I think, damn. Anyway, continue.
because yeah, worldwide, the Hyundai Group is third among automakers, behind only Toyota and Volkswagen. Um, and
Damn.
they're stupidly popular. I mean, if like, I think the reason I said that is because in the specific region I'm in, Kia and Hyundai is like one of the best selling brands right now. If not like the best selling.
I get local Kia and Hyundai commercials from dealerships on my YouTube sometimes. It's pretty cool.
But this is such a giant global brand and a brand that's so popular outside of Korea, where it's nice to see them participate in some of these motorsports. Um,
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So yeah, Jensen scored some points. On to MotoGP. Marc Marquez gets double surgery after a major crash at the French GP sprint race. He got foot and shoulder surgery. Um, so we'll see if he's out. I think they're racing this weekend. He probably isn't going to race because he just got surgery, and if he does, he's a freaking madman. But for your French GP recap, I'm only going to talk about the main race because I didn't watch the sprint. I saw the crash for Marc Marquez, didn't watch the full sprint. But Jorge Martin wins. He's an Aprilia. Aprilia? I think it's Aprilia. We're gonna call it Aprilia. Bezzecchi, P2, also in an Aprilia. And Ogura, P3, also in an Aprilia, but he's in a Trackhouse Aprilia. And Ogura's podium was the first podium from a Japanese driver since 2012, which is pretty sick. Which means, for your standings, I'm going to list the top three. You have Bezzecchi in first, Jorge Martin in second, and Gian Antonio in third. Now the points, really close to the first two, really far away for the second. Bezzecchi, 128 points. 128. Jorge Martin, 127. They're 1 point apart. One. And then Gian Antonio is third with 84 points, so he's pretty far off already. And now we shall go to our IndyCar driver spotlight. Jack, did you watch the IndyCar race?
some of it, not all of it.
Okay. Well, Christian Lundgaard is the first person we are going to be spotlighting. P1, led 20 laps, did really well. Second one is David Malukas, P2, led 27 laps, also did really good. P3, we're also going to highlight. I get the people that are up front, and I get David Malukas should be up front every race, and Christian Lundgaard also should be near the front at every race because they're in two really good cars. But Graham Rahal, P3, and Rahal Letterman letting him racing.
Well, also, I mean, you say that, but also these are two drivers that you don't expect these results from necessarily, right? Like Malukas is
I think
I don't know. I mean, Lundgaard has definitely proven his mettle, but you've got guys who, their teammates are Pato O'Ward or teammates with Joseph Newgarden, right? Like
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think I would expect it more from David Malukas. I think David Malukas is that guy.
I think that there is a large subset of people, well, especially because Newgarden and McLaughlin are both so good, that saw Malukas as like, haha, funny TikTok guy and not haha driver that's actually going to compete to be the best on the team.
Damn, that hurts because I really like David Malukas.
I don't dislike him. I just like, I think that there are a lot of people that viewed him that way when he signed. We're like, yes, he's a good driver, but he's not elite. And you think of him more for being funny than being elite, which I'm not saying that is how I thought of him. I'm saying that that's how I know a lot of people did.
Yeah. I mean, if he has the car, I think he's. I mean, I like to think he has the talent to be better than anyone, even Pillow.
I mean, he's third in the standings right now, right?
Yeah,
Tops at
he's doing really
Penske.
well. Yeah, he's doing really well. So we'll see. Uh, the big thing though at the IndyCar race was Rossi. Alexander Rossi got a hybrid failure early on in the race, and IndyCar refused to throw a full course caution. And then Jenna Fryer went on to Twitter and was like, here's Alexander Rossi flipping off race control. And that blew up. And it was like, dude, he's such a dick, yada, yada, yada. She then
Well,
apologized because she was wrong. He didn't flip off anybody. He just threw his hands in the air. But
I didn't see anyone going after Rossi. I saw basically everyone I saw talk about it was talking about how unacceptable it was that it went the way it did.
oh no. I also saw that, but I did see some comments on Jenna Fryer's post, like, what the heck? Why is he flipping them off? Way out. I don't think they understood the severity of the situation. When they said that, because that was horrendous. Why are you not throwing a full course yellow?
Like, you've got people flying down pit road, and you've got Rossi trying to just get out of his car.
Yeah,
Like
no, that wasn't
unbelievable.
even on pit road. That was on track.
Rossi was on track,
You
stopped.
mean when
He gets
got
out of his
out.
car and is trying to
Okay.
walk across pit road as their car's
Yeah.
flying down it.
Yeah.
Where,
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
you should not have someone walking with cars that are not driving like they're ready for that.
I think they should have red flagged it. I'm not gonna lie. I think that at least a full course caution, if not a red flag, just to get
They should have done
safely in the pit.
something to let him safely
Yeah.
leave a stopped car like that.
Because it was just a sectioned yellow.
It was terrible.
Why? That's disgusting. Also, they did put out some merchandise that did raise some heads. If we're gonna talk about IndyCar,
Uh-oh.
I believe it was a Nazi slogan.
What did they accidentally put out? Presumably accidentally.
I would hope it's accidentally. I would hope. But it was like, I think it was for, maybe it wasn't the Indy. It was for the 250 race. And it said "One Nation, One Race."
Oh,
which
yeah.
is a Nazi slogan. No, I know they meant it as like race car race, but that's not a good look.
Yeah, that's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
And I think I don't think that there's any politicizing on that. I think that that's just objectively a terrible oversight to sell a shirt saying that.
I don't think I don't think this was political. I just think they didn't vet the goddamn slogan, and so that happened. It is rough. That is not good. They took it down, but that just wasn't a good look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a reminder of the kind of decision-making process. That's why we're trying to spotlight the drivers and not the series this year.
Yeah, some of the decisions made by the company are a little iffy, but the racing's good. The drivers are cool, except for one of them.
Santino Ferrucci slander is welcome on this pod.
Santino Ferrucci, of course, Connecticut native, sadly.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, also,
I got a game for you if you want to play it, or we got
yeah.
next week in racing.
Yeah, we can. Let me do the next week of racing, then we'll end off with a game.
All right.
Would you like to do it, or you want me to do it?
Go for it.
All right. Friday, May 15th, you got the Truck Series race, the EcoSave 200 at Dover, 200 laps at 5 p.m. Our time, so it's Eastern time. All of this is Eastern time. You could figure it out from, Saturday, May 16th, you got the MotoGP Sprint at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. It's 12 laps at 9 a.m. Saturday, May 16th, You have the 24 hours in Nürburgring at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. 9 a.m. It starts. And it'll go for 24 hours, so it'll end Sunday at 9 a.m. And you'll have Max Verstappen and Kevin Estre and Porsche and all the good teams, and Max Verstappen's first ever time. And speaking of that, Max Verstappen or Kevin Estre, who will finish higher?
Not going to bet against Kevin Estre in something like this.
That is the correct answer. Love Max. That is the only correct answer. Kevin Estre is a beast on this track. Also, Saturday, May 16th, you have the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race, the Bet Rivers 200 at Dover, 200 laps at 4 p.m. Then Sunday, you have Moto 3 at Barcelona, Catalunya at 5 a.m. You have Moto 2, also in Barcelona at 6:15 p.m. or 6:15 a.m. And then you have the MotoGP main race at Barcelona at 8 a.m. And then that evening, you have the NASCAR Cup Series All-Star Race at Dover, 350 laps at 1 p.m. And there's one thing I got to say, because MotoGP is at Barcelona, Catalunya, and that is Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya. They won the league yesterday. They beat Real Madrid in El Clasico and won the league. So Lamine Yamal, at 18 years old, or 19 however old he is, has more La Ligas than Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo has 2. Lamine has 3. Lamine is 18 years old, and he's been playing for 4 years. No, that's not true. 16, 3 years. 2. Wait, is he 19? Hold up. Lamine. He's 18, so he's been playing for 3 years, 4 years. He hasn't been playing since 14. Listen, he's been playing. He's been winning La Ligas. All right, he has a lot of La Ligas already. It's disgusting how good he is. All right, quick game time, Jack.
This game is in fact relevant to disgusting how good somebody is. I am just going to ask you very simply. Name me the 10 drivers from this weekend's NASCAR Cup Series race at Watkins Glen, ranked by fastest median lap time, like the 10 fastest median lap times. The drivers.
Okay. SVG.
Of course.
Okay. Connor Silich.
Yep.
Okay. Michael McDowell.
Brilliant.
Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs is 6th.
Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 6. Really? People are above Gibbs. Let's go with Tyler Reddick.
Reddick is 4th.
Okay. Let's go with... This is not going to be on there. But let's go with Kyle Busch.
Nope.
Okay. I think he got a top 10 this week, so I was just making sure.
Yeah, he finished well.
Who's good at road courses? Let's go Blaney.
Blaney was 7th.
Okay. Who is fan? That's I got 1 through 4 and then 6 and 7. Okay. Let's go with Cindric, I guess.
Nope.
Okay. Let's go with... Who is fast? I'm now forgetting who's in the top 10, and I guarantee you there are going to be more drivers in the top 10. Let's go with... This is... Who's a good road course driver? Who's good at walking? Busher. Busher has to be out there. Yeah, Busher
Nope.
has to be out there.
No,
Busher's
he does not.
out there? What? Okay. Let's go with Brad K.
Nope. Very much no.
Okay. Well, I tried. Let's go with Chastain.
Chastain was 10th.
Okay. I should have guessed him earlier. He's been in my mind for like 2 minutes now, and I just didn't guess him. Okay, let's get these drivers out of the way. Nowhere, no Herbst, no Hocevar.
Do you want me to type all of those in the no category? No, no,
Yeah.
Hocevar.
Okay, no Hocevar, no where,
Okay.
Herbst,
Where?
no.
Herbst, Hocevar. There you go.
There was gonna be no, so no Preece. There's no
No
way.
Preece.
No
Nope.
Preece. That's pushing. No Austin Dillon.
Correct.
No Ty Dillon.
Correct.
Let's
Man,
go
good thing
Josh
this isn't like a
Berry.
3 strikes you're out type situation.
Yeah, let's go Josh Berry. No. Okay, Berry's not. Okay. Joey's not.
Joey's up there.
Joey
Nice.
is up there.
Yes, sir.
Really? Okay. Okay, Joey.
Of the 2 left, one of them should be expected, but you just might be forgetting about him. The other one I think is a little unexpected, and was actually why I'm giving you this list.
A little unexpected. Is it Catherine Legg?
No. No.
It's not that unexpected. Okay. Gotcha. I didn't know how unexpected you were, it might have been, so I just threw out the Live Fast Motorsports car. Okay, let's go through Chase Elliott.
Nope.
Really?
Really?
It's Chase Elliott. It's a road course.
Yeah?
He's fast.
Not top 10 fastest?
Okay, well, let's get rid of Larson and Byron from the list. Because there's no way in hell. Let's get Bowman out of here. So that's all the Hendricks guys. I got rid of all the Penske guys. JGR. Hamlin's not up there. Oh, Bell.
Nope.
What? Oh my god. Okay. Let's get rid of Briscoe too. Oh no, Briscoe.
Hey,
yeah.
Briscoe's not up there, but Briscoe finished well.
No, I know he did. No, I know he finished well, but let's get him out of here.
Okay.
Let's get the hell out of here.
I mean, he finished what, 4th? Like,
no, listen. I know he finished well. I just know he didn't have the overall speed all day. Okay, hold up. So let's get Ricky Stenhouse out of here.
okay, yeah, that's a gimme.
It's a gimme. Okay. How many judges do I have? So I have 8, 9, 10. So I named 28 drivers out of the possible freaking 38 that were driving this weekend. Okay, let's Bubba Wallace.
Yeah.
Okay.
8th fastest.
Okay, and then 5, I'm assuming, is the one that is.
No, Bubba's the one that was surprising. Are you kidding?
No. I'm talking. No, I was gonna say, number 5 is the one that's not surprising.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I mean, because he was running well all day. Obviously, the result didn't end up reflecting that necessarily. Like he finished.
Did he get into an accident with I think it was Zane Smith or someone? Something
like that. He finished 29th, but he was running really well all day, and the speed showed it.
Yeah. He's getting better, man. He's getting better at road courses. I love to see it.
Yeah, not just he went from being completely uncompetitive to not just competitive, but actually a top 10 threat consistently at road courses.
Yeah, he's doing really well. That's what I mean. It's if Bubba can improve well enough, he can challenge Reddick every week. It's just he needs to be more consistent, and get a little less unlucky. Okay. Herbst, I already said no. McDowell's already up there. Chastain's already up there. Chastain's up there. Zilich, SVG, all up there. So Trackhouse, done. Hendricks, done. JGR, done. 2311, done. Hyak. Spire. No, Spire's already all out. Spire's already all up there, right? Zane Smith is no.
You haven't said Suarez, but I'll add Suarez. Zane Smith is
Suarez
front
is
row,
no,
but
Zane
he's not
Smith
up
is a
there.
no. That means that JHN is a no. And Eric Jones is also a no. Yup, thank you, because that's what I was gonna say next. We just mind melded. What teams do I have left?
You always like forgetting about this team and drivers specifically.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna get out of penalty. Hold up.
This driver is 20th in the point standings. This driver started the season, I think, in the top 10 in points. For a bit.
Okay. So RFK is fourth.
This driver has, what,
I got
3
all.
wins in the Cup Series?
3?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I already got all of RFK.
Not this year, obviously, but just in general.
I got JG already. I got 2311. I have all of Hendricks. I got all of Spire. I got all of Trackhouse. I got all of Penske. And I got Wood Brothers. And then, how many teams are there in NASCAR? There's like, what, 10, 12? No, 15? So, shit. Okay, let me see what I have. Wait a minute. I really do forget this one driver. Who am I forgetting? What manufacturer are they?
Chevy.
Tell me that. Okay, they are Chevy. I got all of Hyak. What Chevy team am I missing? What the hell? Hold up. Do they have any teammates?
Yep.
They do. Okay. It's not Hyak, is it? No. Hyak is just
Oh,
Stenhouse.
Hayek's a one-car team.
Hyak is just Stenhouse. Okay. Have I named any of their teammates?
Yes.
Fuck. It's Aspire.
Nope.
No, fuck. Wait, no, I named all Aspire. Never mind. Yeah, because I named host of our Aspires. Okay, no, I got Aspire. Who the hell? Oh. No, I got all of RCR. Did
Yeah.
I?
Yep.
I did, yeah, because it's just Dylan and
This driver
Porsche.
finished in between the 2 RCR drivers in this race.
Okay, I don't,
Dylan finished 6th. This driver finished 7th. Bush finished 8th.
I named a teammate?
Yeah.
Are they teammates with Zane Smith?
No.
Who are they teammates with? I've named... It can't be RCR, because that's just Dylan and Bush.
Yep.
And RFK is Ford. So is Penske. Oh wait, I'm only looking there. Hold up, wait. SVG. I've named all the Trackhouse guys. That's
Yep.
SVG. Okay. McDowell is Spire.
They are not teammates with someone that's in the top 10. They are teammates with someone that you named that was wrong.
Okay, so Bush is RFK. Cindric
No.
is a Ford. She said they're Chevy.
Yeah. You said Bush is RFK, so I said no.
Oh, sorry. He's shit. He's RCR. God damn it. Jesus. Can't be Cinder. Cinder's Ford. Can't be Busher. Busher is RFK. Can't be Brad. RFK. Not Ware. He doesn't have a teammate. Herbst is Toyota. Preece. Host of our Aspire. Already named all Aspire. Preece is RFK. Not him. Dylan. RCR already named them. Ty Dylan. He's teammates with Ty and Dylan. Is he not?
Maybe.
Shit. Who the fuck is this teammate? Dude, it's pretty much every time that I forget this guy, right?
Yep. Every single time he comes up, you forget he exists. The team he's on, you also forget. What team is Ty Dillon on?
This is bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. It happens every time. What is the first initial of the team, Jarek?
Okay. They drive Rams in the trucks.
Colleague. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Who the hell races for Colleague? Dude, this is pathetic.
7th in the race, 20th in the season standings. Was pretty high in the season standings early on.
We do talk about this driver. Okay, what was
Talk about it fairly often.
What's this driver's first name?
Well, it starts with an A.
Name. Starts with an A. It starts with an A?
Yeah. So does his last name. Also starts with an A.
Alex Albon?
Nope.
No. Oh my god, it's AJ Allmendinger. Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
Give me a second. Hold up. Okay. We're good.
Follow-up question.
Oh,
Follow-up question.
God, that was pathetic. Yeah.
So SVG, fastest median lap time. How many of these drivers do you think were within 1% of SVG's median lap time?
None.
Within 1%.
None.
Wrong, actually.
Zilich.
Nope, more than that.
Zilich and McDowell.
One more.
Zilich, McDowell, and Reddick.
Yes. And then from Allmendinger down was more than 1% off of Van Gisbergen's median lap time.
Damn.
And only Zilich was within 0.5%.
Damn.
Keep in mind, this is like, this is a 74-second lap for Van Gisbergen. Like, that's not a small difference.
I am resigning from this show because it is actually always AJ Allmendinger.
It's always AJ Allmendinger. Every time.
It genuinely is always AJ Allmendinger.
I did this to highlight Bubba Wallace, really. Like, that was the reason for it. It was like, hey, look, Bubba Wallace was really fast. He didn't get the credit for it on the finish, but, like, he was really fast all day.
Yeah.
But AJ Allmendinger struck again.
Stinker, and it was AJ Allmendinger. Dude, AJ, you gotta, like, please.
Well, the thing is, he's a memorable guy. He's got a funny name. He's a funny guy with a lot of personality. He's got 3 wins in the Cup Series. He's been around for a long time. Like, he's...
I know. And every time he escapes my mind. I think I probably could have named every driver on the grid, and I would have forgotten AJ Allmendinger.
Yeah, I mean, you were close. You were basically just missing, like, the other front row guys and, like, 2 other drivers.
God damn it. God damn it. This is stupid, dude. Every time.
Anyway.
How is it every time?
Clap it up for Bubba Wallace. That's all I was trying to do.
That's what you were trying to do, but then I ruined it by forgetting AJ Allmendinger again. Let's clap it up for Bubba Wallace, man. Jesus. That's pathetic. I think we need to do, like, AJ Allmendinger training, where, like, I just, like, sit there and look at a picture of AJ Allmendinger for 6 Dude, you know what?
Next week's episode, I just have, like, a picture of AJ Allmendinger I'm holding up at random intervals.
No, I'm going to make a YouTube video, and I'm going to spend an entire day staring at AJ Allmendinger.
Oh, boy.
No, I'm going to stare at AJ Allmendinger for an hour.
You just got to make a video about his career.
That too.
He's an interesting guy. His time at Colleague in Xfinity was interesting. Yeah. And then he came up to Colleague with their Cup team and went full time, even though he didn't want to in Cup, and he's still full time. Blah blah blah. He's got a fun story.
You know what? Maybe what I do is I get, like, a video of AJ Allmendinger, and then I just, like, put up, like, on my wall. I'll set up, like, a picture of AJ Allmendinger. And you know what? I'm gonna apologize to AJ Allmendinger 10,000 times. You know, like those early Mr. Beast videos where it's like saying this word 10,000 times? I'm just gonna make a video, and it's just gonna be, I'm sorry, AJ Allmendinger, for forgetting your name for the 5th time. I'm sorry, AJ Allmendinger. I forgot your name for the 5th time, and I'm gonna do that like 10,000 times, and that's gonna be the whole video, and it's gonna be like a 10-hour video, and I don't care. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I don't care. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna upload it, and the retention's gonna go like this. It's gonna be like, where's my camera? First, second, and then it's gonna be like this. Whoop, straight down. That's gonna be retention.
Look, Allmendinger drove for Red Bull, drove for Penske to replace Kurt Busch, then got suspended. He won at Cup. He won in the Cup Series. He got replaced by Ryan Preece, and then went to Colleague for a while. Didn't want to go back full-time in Cup, but then did. Has been racing for Colleague basically since 2019 in some fashion. He's a guy, and he's got some history racing other kinds of cars.
So tomorrow I'm gonna do the 10,000. You know what? I'm gonna say that phrase into my phone and record it, and then I'm gonna get looped. Like I'm just gonna record myself for like a minute staring at AJ Allmendinger, and I'm gonna put that over. I'm gonna just repeat that for 10 hours. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But I will do some sort of like apology to AJ Allmendinger, and then I'll make like a video a day later. Because I think that's pathetic that I keep forgetting him.
It's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. No, it is. And it's very funny that I keep forgetting him, but also, like, it happens every time. Every time there's, like, a game and it has AJ Allmendinger, I forget him, and I don't know why. Because he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the podcast. Make sure to look out for a video coming out tomorrow. Where I apologize to AJ Allmendinger 10,000 times. Yeah, I don't, yeah. It probably isn't going to be 10,000 times. It'll probably be 1,000 times, because I don't think I have the time for 10,000.
If even.
It's going to be like, no, I will do it 1,000 times. I will. My channel's just going to be Mr. Beast. It's just going to be Mr. Beast, but with, like, NASCAR-related videos, and, like, F1-related videos, and, like, motorsports-related videos. Where, like, I just, like, saying Tyler Reddick 15,000 times. You know? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. That's way too much effort. But I will apologize to AJ Allmendinger 1,000 times tomorrow, and I will, yeah. And then I'll make a video on his career. Because it's actually really bad. Anyway, Jack, do you have any final thoughts? Actually, before that, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
It's not motorsport related. It is soccer related. Currently in the Premier League. Have you been following the Premier League title race?
Not really.
Okay. So if you go to the Premier League title race, Arsenal Football Club, which is my favorite team, is up in first place. 79
Top the
points.
table.
We're 5 points clear. Manchester City have a game in hand, so if they win, who the hell are they playing? They are playing Palace on Wednesday. 2 days. They're playing Palace. And if they win, they will be back within 2 points. If they draw, they will be within 4 points. And if they lose, they will still be within 5 points. Now, my question is, will Arsenal win the Premier League?
I am going to say no, because if I say yes, it won't happen. And it would be on brand for it to not happen.
No, it would be very on brand for us to come second again.
But so I'm going to say no,
left.
and I'm going to hope that the answer is yes, for your sake.
Okay. 2 games left. 2 games we have to win. If we don't win one of them, we've lost the title. I can almost guarantee it.
Man, I can't believe West Ham is looking at potential relegation. I mean, Ted Lasso makes them look unstoppable.
Yeah. That's a good one. No, Tottenham Tottenham. I hate Tottenham. I hate them. But I don't want them to get relegated because they're an easy 2 wins every season.
You're funny.
Especially with Ebericha Eze in this team in the first 11. Every time. So it's just 2 easy wins. Six guaranteed points when Tottenham are in the Premier League. And they normally stop Manchester City at least once from getting a win every year.
All right.
It doesn't matter normally because we still come second every year. But, you know. Anyway, that's the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to tune in to the 24 Hours of Nürburgring Norwich Life this weekend. That'll be very fun. And make sure to look out for a video on my channel apologizing to AJ Allmendinger 1,000 times. That'll be coming out tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.